guys, so I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit long. It's basically just going to be a video of me dyeing my first wig that I got from Amazon, a blonde color. You guys, I am nowhere near a professional when it comes to bleaching hair or highlighting it, but I'm willing to go the distance with y'all. And today I'm actually going to be putting a couple of pink peekaboos into the wig. And so I'm really excited about that. So make sure you guys grab a snack or something, because like I said, it's probably going to be long. I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as possible, but you know how these things can get. However, this is the hair. This is the wig. It is looks like a full lace wig. I'm not a wig professional, y'all. I just wear them. Anyways, this is the wig. I'm not going to get too much into the wig right now. I did pre-pluck it a little bit, and I believe it is a 14-inch, and the texture is body wave, y'all. Can y'all believe that? It's a body wave unit, but the waves are actually reminding me of kind of like a loose wave, especially when I first got it. The waves were a lot tighter than this. Now it kind of looks like a body wave, but when I first got it, it definitely put me in the mind of a loose wave unit. Anyways, I'm going to get right into the video. Y'all hang in there with me, and I will see y'all at the end. Okay, you guys, so starting right off, you're going to need two bowls, kind of like a large one and a smaller one. You're going to need some 40 volume developer and some bleaching powder, shampoo and conditioner of your choosing, and you're also going to need some hair clips and a door color. I decided to go with neon pink, but if you want blue peekaboos or whatever color peekaboos you want, that's the color that you need to go for. I already said hair clips, and you're going to need some gloves and a comb and an applicator brush. Okay, y'all, so starting off, I put in maybe about 5 scoops of that bleaching powder into the larger bowl, and maybe like 2 to 3 scoops in the smaller bowl. For the bleaching powder in the large bowl, you're going to want to add a lot of developer, because you want the mixture to be running, because you want to be able to spread it really quickly, and it helps the hair develop faster. So you want to add a lot of developer in it. If you could just pay attention to the consistency that I achieved with that one, it'll be easier when you go try to do yours. For the smaller bowl, you don't need a lot, because this is what we're going to use to bleach our knots with on the frontal. So this one needs to be as thick as possible. So you kind of want it the consistency of toothpaste, if not a little bit thicker. Alright, y'all, so here we have the unit. I already sectioned the unit off into 3 different sections. The back section is kind of small, the mid section is a little smaller, and the top part it's actually pretty big. But anyways, as y'all can see, I was going extremely fast with this, because I have 40 volume developer, and the higher volume developer you have, the faster that you need to work. I know I wanted the back lighter, so that's why I started at the back, and so I ended up just painting both sides of that section with the bleaching mixture that I achieved, and now I'm just moving on to the second portion of it. If you guys want to achieve the same kind of like ombre effect, be sure you start with the back first and then work your way up to the top. And as I said in the beginning, I am no type of way a professional when it comes to this. So if y'all kind of like looking at it and just like, oh, she's just going crazy with the bleach, this is because I am. Like, this process was extremely messy for me. I don't have any type of technique that I use when I do this. I don't section off like crazy. I'm not finna paint it. I just try to get it on there as quick as possible. So if you're a beginner, I suggest that you kind of do it this way versus trying to do everything meticulously and all that, because that's a huge waste of time. You really just need to focus on getting the bleach on as fast as possible. However you can do that, that's the way this is going to work in order to get the look that you're going for. As you can see, I made it to the top of the frontal, As I said before, I didn't have any type of method in doing this. I didn't use any type of strips of aluminum foil when I was trying to dye it. I did want a couple of highlights at the front, so I didn't want to saturate the front too much because I did want kind of like a peekaboo of a dark brown here, a peekaboo of a black here. So I didn't saturate the frontal too much. However, I did go crazy with the bleach. I wasn't very careful about not getting it on the lace because I knew I was going to end up bleaching the knots anyway. Now this part, y'all, I can honestly say was probably kind of useless for me, simply because after I put this on, I maybe waited maybe like another 3 or 4 minutes, and I know it didn't have a lot of time to change. So I suggest that you kind of bleach your knots before you go in and apply the bleach to your frontal if you want your knots to actually be lightened. And when you're rinsing it out, be sure to be extremely thorough. Y'all do not want any of this bleach to be sitting on the unit after you finish it. You don't want any bleach to be on there when you blow dry, because the hair is going to continue to cook, continue to process, and that's not what we want. And so sometimes it can take a little longer than you might want, but just take your time with it. It's a process, y'all. I think this process took me a total of 3 hours, not the bleaching, you guys, but the bleaching, the install, the makeup, everything was probably about 3 hours long. So just take your time. And before this section wraps up, I did want to touch on purple shampoo. I have never like dyed a unit and kept it blonde, and so this time I was kind of confused as to whether or not I needed purple shampoo. Either way, I didn't have any on hand and I wasn't going to the store, but the wig still turned out perfectly fine and it's extremely soft. So if you guys don't have purple shampoo, it is not a problem. Still bleach your unit, still go through any other regular process as you normally would with a regular shampoo. This is how the color actually turned out, y'all. It was gorgeous. Like, I knew when I saw it wet that I would love it dry. I did end up having a few dark pieces in the front, but I was perfectly fine with that because I was able to blend them out well when I added the peekaboos. Anyways, now you guys, we are getting into the peekaboo section of the video. This process is extremely easy, so even if you are a beginner, still don't be intimidated by this process. So basically, I just took the door color and I added some of that 40 volume developer from earlier, maybe like a quarter sized amount, maybe like 2 quarter size amounts, and I just mixed that up. I didn't end up using all of this, y'all, so just add a really small amount of the Adore color and probably an equal amount of the 40 volume developer, so that way you can do your peekaboos. And for this one, I did decide to go in with aluminum foil strips simply because I didn't want the pink color to get on any of the other hair strands, because I wanted this this color to be pretty much isolated on that section that I divided off. So that's why I did decide to go in with the aluminum foil strips. And I believe I ended up doing 5 or 6 peekaboos throughout the hair. Peekaboos, highlights, whatever y'all want to call them. Even though this process is generally an easy one, if you're a beginner, try your best not to get the pink color on the actual lace, because it's going to tint the lace whatever color your highlight is, and that's not what you want, because it's going to be really difficult to conceal that color even if you do end up going in with the foundation over the lace. So just be as careful as possible and probably just don't put the color on the root of the hair, if that makes any sense. I think I let this color sit on for an additional 15 to 20 minutes before I went in to rinse it out. So anywhere between that time would be perfect for you guys, because the color payoff was absolutely amazing. And here we are back at the sink. I don't think that there's an exact science when it comes to rinsing this out, so I say still be careful when you're doing it, because I did end up getting just a small amount of the pink dye on the lace, but I was really quick with rinsing it out. So if you do end up getting some on the lace, don't panic, just rinse it out as quickly as possible and just continue to move as you normally would when shampooing and conditioning your hair. And y'all, forgive my sink. Shawty be tripping because I don't know why that shampoo was not draining as fast as it should have been. So it was definitely a process with getting that shampoo to drain. Either way, it eventually did drain because I shampooed it for forever and I did use a lot. So maybe that's why. Anyways, still take your time even when rinsing out the peekaboo color, because you don't want any of that color to run on your clothing or on your car or anything like that. Okay, y'all, so I was able to finish dyeing the wig. I actually just got done blow drying it. I went on ahead and did that off camera because it's pretty self-explanatory. So this is the wig. Boom. It has two pink peekaboos over here, and it's kind of like one over here, kind of like if I move the hair a little bit you can see it, and then it's a couple of them at the back. So yeah, I really like how the color turned out. It's kind of like the perfect honey blonde that I was going for. It's a little dark at the roots, which I'm okay with that because that just means it'll be a lot easier for me to blend when I go to put it on. Other than that, yeah, I am about to go ahead and wand curl it. I will record that part because I want kind of like a beach wavy vibe going with it. So y'all stick around. With the wand curls, I wanted to keep them as loose as possible because, as I said before, I was trying to achieve some really loose beach waves or beach curls. So if you're doing this method, I believe you'll be able to achieve the desired look, especially if you're going for a beach curl or a beach wave type of look. I pretty much focus on using the top of the barrel more so than the bottom part because I didn't mind the curls being tight just as long as I knew that they would fall into a loose wave. So this is the wig, y'all. This is me just trying it on before I cut it, trying to make sure that the lace is pulled down where I want it. And now I'm just about to go scissor crazy. I actually ended up cutting off a little bit too much lace, but I was still able to work with the unit. I do prefer to keep a fairly good amount of lace on, but that's just my personal preference. But if you're a beginner, I say I say less is more. That's what I say, because you can always go back in and cut additional lace, but once you cut all that lace off, sweetheart, it is no going back. So if that lace be barely sitting on your forehead, we know who fault it is, because I told you, like, less is more. Just take your time, like cut piece by piece if you need to. It's a process, y'all. Like I said before, like I will always say, this is not going to be something, especially if you're a beginner, that you just going to dive right into. If you don't believe me, go watch my first frontal install video. It is on the channel, and it's a hot mess, y'all. So just take y'all time with this one. And if I look like I'm struggling with these scissors, it's because I real life am, y'all. These are right hand scissors and I'm a left handed person, so I just kept having to flip them and do all type of weird stuff with them, and I eventually got sick of it to the point where I just ended up going in with one of those little eyebrow razors. Now those can definitely be helpful, however, if you are a beginner, be careful, y'all. Just take y'all time with it, because I'm not sure if y'all gonna be able to notice, but in just a little bit I'm gonna put a small plug in this lace. I hope y'all can't tell, but I could tell because I was pulling and I was using the eyebrow razor. So be careful if you do decide to go in with the eyebrow razor. It's a huge help. Honestly, it is a huge help, but you still have to be careful with it because the razor is so sharp on it and it's so precise that when you cut, it's no going back. So be careful, y'all. Y'all do not want to mess y'all lace up. I know y'all see that plug over there. I really just pointed to it. Like, it's right there. Like, on our left side right now. Yeah, huge plug. Well, it's not that big. It's not that noticeable, but I noticed it. So, it's something that I'm definitely going to have to work with when I'm applying this wig in the future. It's going to be something that I'm going to have to struggle with concealing, maybe with some baby hairs. It's not an unfixable mistake, you know. Like I said, I can still conceal it and everything, but it's just a headache. It's a headache that I'm now going to have to put up with because why? I was rushing. Oh, and I never got a chance to speak on the actual application of this wig. All I used was the freeze spray, as you can see, but I did want to touch on that ball cap method. Sis, do not, I repeat, do not use the ball cap method. I don't know who idea it was. I don't know who thought, let's glue this cap to our head, i.e. our ledges, our edges. Like, who idea was that? Anyways, y'all, I used to use the ball cap. I used to use the ball cap method all the time, and my wig will probably stay on about maybe 3 to 5 days, somewhere in between there. Y'all, that ball cap method ate my edges up. Don't do it. So now I still have my wig cap on, but the actual lace on this wig, like, the wig doesn't get glued to my edges whatsoever. The wig gets glued to my forehead. Like, I would never, ever do that ball cap method again. Maybe like for a wedding or something like that. But other than that, just casually, ain't nobody doing that. Anyways, y'all, I know the wig is looking extremely crazy right now. That's because, you know, I just took it down and I still have to wine curl the front. But y'all just bear with me. I promise y'all it's going to be super duper cute at the end. Now I am just flattening out the front as much as possible. If y'all do not have a straightening comb and you like wearing frontals, I definitely suggest that you invest in one. I believe I got that one from Amazon. It was only like 20 bucks, so it's very inexpensive, especially for a heat product that works really well. And I've had it probably for like a year now, and it still works absolutely fine. Anyways, right now, you guys, I am just going in with a couple of baby hairs. Also, whoever said it's a good idea to lay them edges or them baby hairs with some mousse, it's not. Like, for me, my personal preference, that mousse does not work for me. All it is just wet and it's hard to work with, and it just leave your lace lifting up. Like, I don't have time for that. So I go in with just a really small amount of Eco Styler gel, y'all. Yes, the gel that you use on your natural hair. I go in with a really small amount of Eco gel. I know a lot of people go in with the actual Got To Be glue, the gel, but the only thing about that gel is that it does turn white after a while. But I find with this, y'all, I can have this frontal on 2-3 days and it will not turn white. Well, it'll never turn white, but it'll still have this same effect 2-3 days later. So I definitely recommend the Eco Styler gel when it comes to laying your edges on your frontal. Okay, y'all, so here I'm putting the final touches on it. I'm just applying a little extra heat to it to get that part to lay flat, and a little bit of oil spray. Sorry about the change in the backdrop, y'all. It was unexpected and I had to do it. Ugh. Y'all, don't spray that product in your eye because it really burns. Like, it really burns. Anyways, I know I haven't really touched on any product details so far. However, like always, everything will definitely be in the description bar below. So if you're wondering about anything, just click the down arrow button and get all the details from there. Alright, you guys, and now we are moving on to the makeup. This makeup video was not supposed to be dramatic. It was supposed to be a really quick video, but the muses took me, and this is what I ended up coming out with. So I'm not really going to detail the look too much. However, if you guys would like to see more detailed looks like this, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below, and I would definitely keep them coming for you guys, because I kind of wanted to cater more to beginners, and I know that this look isn't really a beginner type of look, so I'm really not going to touch too much on it. I am using that blue color out of the Profusion Royals palette. Y'all, if y'all sleep on Profusion, I'm here to wake y'all up, because them Profusion palettes are a lot better than some of the high-end palettes that I've used. Like, most recently, the Huda Beauty, the Mercury Retrograde palette. I would definitely grab for a Profusion palette before I ever grab for a palette again. Not saying that I'm not going to use it again. I'm just saying that the Profusion colors are right up there with that high-end stuff, if not better sometimes. So don't sleep on Profusion, y'all. Okay, y'all, so to blend out that dark navy blue, I'm going in with kind of like a teal green color out of a BH Cosmetics palette. I'm not sure the name of this one, but I will definitely be sure to leave it in the description bar below, just like everything else. You want to take your time with blending this out. Just like the hair, this makeup look is going to take forever. Simply because there is so much blending involved, because you want the colors to fuse as best as possible. So take your time with it. I had to go in and clean up my eyebrows because one of them was kind of like a little bit bigger than the other one, so I had to end up doing that. However, if you go in and you are a beginner, if you take your time, you guys, I promise you, you could pull off something. You probably can't pull this exact look off, because I've been doing makeup consistently for maybe about 2 years now, and I've just kind of like worked my way up to this dramatic style of makeup. So it's not necessarily beginner friendly, but I wouldn't say let it intimidate you either, because you have to try some things. So just give it a try and just see what you guys like, and if you guys like it, or if you guys want to know more about it, more details on it anyways, please be sure to let me know. Okay, you guys, to create this liner, I used the NYX eyeshadow base actually, and I did go in and set it with the Milani Prep Set and Go setting powder, the translucent one. And after that, I'm going to be going in with a pink color out of the Marvy Corn palette. The palette is absolutely beautiful, you guys, and I actually found it at Marshall's for like $7 or $8. I'm pretty sure you can still find it on their website somewhere, not Marshall's, but BH Cosmetics, and just get it from there, because if you go to Marshall's, I'm not sure if they still have it. For the top of that, I didn't go in with the color. I just went in with a fluffy brush to kind of like blend that teal color out some more. And that is the pink that I was talking about earlier, you guys. That pink is absolutely gorgeous. It complements the entire palette, y'all. The palette is absolutely gorgeous, especially to say it's so affordable. So I am just taking that pink color on a really small brush that I'm pretty sure I got out of a eyeshadow palette. So I'm just really taking that color and just packing it on lightly, and I'm just building it up with that brush. Okay, y'all, so I did end up doing the other side off camera, and now I am just going in with a white liner. I can't remember the name of this one. Look for it down below, y'all. I promise y'all it's going to be there. This step took me a really long time simply because I had to be so precise with it. If you do go in and decide to use a white liner like this or another color liner, but if you decide to do the same kind of like thin method, definitely take your time with it, and definitely make sure you have a small flexible brush, because you don't want to get a stiff brush because it's not going to allow you to make the movements that you need to make with the tip of it. So try to find a really thin brush, not too thin, but a really thin one to get your desired look. I believe I actually got this brush out of an old paint set that one of my friends used to have. I'll see if I can find it so that way I can leave it down below. Also, if you are going to use the white liner, try to use the pink liner that you first put on. It's kind of like an outline for the second one. However, if you weren't able to achieve the first one 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to achieve the second one simply because the first one is the outline for it, especially if you're kind of afflicted when it comes to holding your hand still or anything like that. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part, y'all. This is probably like my favorite part about putting makeup on. I love putting on glitter. Right now I'm just going in with that same brush to apply some glitter primer. I use the one by NYX. It's the only one I've ever used, and so far I have no complaints. So if you're looking for a good glitter primer, I definitely recommend the one from NYX. Not sponsored, by the way. Anyways, I'm just going in, like I said, with that same brush from earlier, and I'm actually I'm going to be using the brush. I'm going to be using a glitter that I got from J. LaRue Cosmetics, and I think the glitter is Flirtatious or something like that. When I go in with loose glitters, I tend to always use a small brush simply because a large brush is really just hard to work with when you're going in with a loose glitter. So I find that the smaller the better. So if you're going in with the glitter, you guys, just take that tip. Find you a small brush and just take your time with it, and be generous with whatever glitter primer you do decide to use. Alright, you guys, so now we are getting into the rest of the face, y'all. I am going in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, y'all. I've only worn this foundation twice, and honestly, I'm in love with it already. And I know it's crazy, but I'm not sponsored by these people. They just have some really great products. And first impressions on this foundation is it's absolutely amazing. Granted, last night I only wore it for a couple of hours while I finished the video and got everything set up, but I still love it, y'all, because I wore it all day like the day before that, and it had a really good finish on it. It lasted all day. It didn't crease. Y'all, the foundation is life so far. I highly doubt I'm going to end up not liking this foundation. So go out and get it for yourself. They have a really large, a really wide color range, so you should be able to find your shade. And I'm also going in with the NYX, I want to say this is the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, y'all. I promise you I'm not sponsored by these people, but if they want to, they can definitely sponsor me, because this concealer gave me life, y'all. Like, honestly, it brightened up my face, and I know that's what concealers are supposed to do, but it brightened up my face in a natural way, you guys. Like, a lot of times when I use concealer, it kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of like hard to blend it out. But this one, it wasn't hard to blend. It sunk right into the skin, and it just made your skin look 100 times better, y'all. It was not hard to blend at all. So I definitely recommend the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation and the Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. On top of that, y'all, the foundation was only like 10 bucks and some change, and the concealer, I think I got it off Amazon for like $2.50. You cannot beat that. That is a love. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, try this foundation. Like, it is better. Honestly, right now, I will go so far as to say that it is better than my NARS Radiant foundation, y'all. I love it just that much. First of all, for the price, and second of all, for the actual application and the actual finish of it. Anyways, back into the look, I am going in with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder. This is the one in like the banana shade, the lighter shade, and I'm just going to be applying that to the areas that I highlighted under my eyes and the top of my nose, along the bridge of my top of my forehead, along the bridge of my nose, and on my chin a little bit. And I'm going in with my all-time favorite Glamour Bronze palette by Morphe, and this one is in the shade Venom, you guys. This bronzer is a little pricey, but I promise you, you will not regret spending the money because it's a beautiful bronzer, you guys. Like always, I went in and contoured the sides of my nose just a little bit with the fluffy eyeshadow brush. I don't have to do much to it, but I do like to do a little bit to it. And now I'm just going in with, if you watch my videos, you probably could have guessed it, the Milani Stellar Lights palette, one of the highlighters out of there. I'm not sure the shade of this one, but I'll be sure to pop it down below. Y'all, these highlighters, like I say in almost every video that I wear these highlighters are life. Y'all, all for a good drugstore palette, y'all. If y'all have any that I do not have and you want to recommend them to me, please just leave them in the comments below. And now I'm going in with these gorgeous lashes that I got from Amazon. I'm actually going to link these down below, y'all, because we do not have to be out here paying $20, $10, $15 for a pair of lashes when we can go get a whole pack of them for like $7 or $8. I'm all for saving money, and I don't believe in spending a crap ton of money on lashes all the time. I mean, yeah, I splurge sometimes, but all the time, it's just not necessary. Alright, you guys, so now I'm finally wrapping up this look. I'm just putting on a little bit of brown lip liner that I got from the beauty supply store. I think it's a Ruby Kisses one. And I'm going to be going in with this liquid lipstick shade that I got from Burlington a while back, y'all. But it's a really, really good product. And I'm also going to be going in and just finishing up the application of those lashes. And that should be the end of the look, you guys. Well, now I am going in with a little bit of contour powder that I got from my I Heart Makeup palette by LA Girl, and I'm going in and applying just a little bit of that to the lace so that way it can blend a little bit more with my foundation and everything. But other than that, y'all, the look is done. It is complete. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look for everything. I hope you guys like it. I ended up going ahead and doing a side part because I couldn't get that middle part to look right, y'all. And it usually happens to me, like when I first get a frontal wig, I cannot get the middle part right, even though I always want to wear it in the middle part. It's always kind of like later on down the line, I end up working with the wig a lot more and I end up achieving the middle part. But like when I first get it, it's so hard for me to do one, but I'm still kind of like in those beginner stages. So yeah, just give me some time and hopefully later on down the line I can get it under control. Things that I need to say. The hair is pretty good so far, y'all. Like the hair is still extremely soft. Like after I have bleached it and after I put the peekaboos in, the hair is still extremely soft and the texture is still there. Like before I blow dried it, it still had like the little wave pattern in it, so I don't think I damaged the hair any. So the texture is still there. what else about the hair? Nothing much else about the hair. I will be coming back probably like a month from now, doing kind of like an updated review on it. This is not a review, like, don't get me wrong. I just had this hair for a day, so this isn't a review, but initial opinions, initial thoughts of it, it's a really, really good unit. The unit said it was transparent as far as the lace went, and from what I could see, the lace really is transparent. It's pretty thin. I didn't struggle like trying to blend it out any at all. Yeah, that's pretty much it about the unit. Anyways, getting into the makeup, y'all. This was not supposed to happen tonight, y'all. It is nighttime. I am tired as a mug, and this was just supposed to be a really, really simple makeup look. I said I'm gonna do something simple so that way I can just hurry up, get in the shower, wash it off, go to bed. But y'all, I got to looking at all these palettes and I was like, so I just kind of did something. I hope y'all like it. I definitely took my time with it. Probably didn't take as much time as I should have taken with it because I was kind of rushing. I was kind of pissed off. I was kind of irritated, just not in the mood, y'all. So forgive me if my attitude showed a little bit in the video, but y'all just work with me and I'm gonna get better. Anyways, I don't want to be too long-winded. I hope y'all really, really enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all stick around. If y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to be coming out with a lot more videos now simply because of the whole COVID-19 situation. I'm spending a lot more time indoors. So that means a lot more time with you guys, and I'm super excited about it. So y'all stay tuned. Bye, y'all.